YouTube. What it do, YouTube? Your boy, man, 301 Trucker checking in, baby, checking in. We're on our 30 right now, making our way to Westfield, Massachusetts. Right now, outside of Syracuse, New York. So, about 3 hours left to go. And I got to stop to get fuel. But unfortunately, my plan was to try to shut down at the pilot to take my 30, but, that didn't work. Anyway, what's been going on, man? What's been going on? We out here enjoying this JB Hunt life, uh, one day at a time, man. But I wanted to speak specifically to my people that's looking to get into trucking, or wanted to start getting in the industry. You hear a lot of people, oh, trucking's sweet, trucking's easy, da 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 da. Trucking isn't bad. No, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's the hardest job ever. It really isn't. But you have to be a self motivated and you have to be disciplined. You got to know that when you got to get up at 2:30 in the morning to make the delivery, you got to be up at 2:30 in the morning to make that delivery. So that means that you need to find somewhere for you to shut down to get adequate sleep to be able to drive the next day to make that delivery. You know what I mean? So you got to self balance, not just getting in the drive. And the other thing about it is, do not be afraid to have to take your time back in. Period. You spend more time going forward than you do backward. So for people starting out, backing is the most challenging part, and that's the part that gets people hemmed up because they're trying to rush. They start trying to look cool and one-handed it, trying to whip it in there like some of the vets do. Bruh, trucking is the industry where you stay in your lane. Do not do what you see everybody else do. Skill levels, stay in your lane. You can be that guy that go ahead and eventually one day it can pull up in one shot, blindside, and all that good stuff. But baby steps. And the other key to that is practice. When you had a shipper that's got a lot of room and you better get in the dock and you need work on blindsiding and there's a lot of room and ain't much around, that's the time for you to practice your blindsiding. That's the time for you to start working in and saying, oh man, I can do it this way, but let me do it that way to try it. That's how you build your skills. When you have time and space, then you practice it. But just getting out there trying to think you about to hop in the truck and you about to one shot that thing, no. Got to take your time, man. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. That is the biggest advice I can give you about trucking is take your time. Do not drive out of your comfort zone. You are the captain of that ship. If it's snowing and you don't like snow or you can't, it's too much snow for your taste, park. Your dispatch don't control the truck. You do. You get out here and have an accident and roll the truck, they're gonna be looking at you like, why'd you do it? That's your job, not theirs. You work hard to get your CDLs to protect it. Stay in your comfort zone. You're gonna hear a whole bunch of people talking shit. Oh, blah blah blah. You supposed to be a driver. You supposed to be this. You supposed to be that. You are supposed to be a driver, professional driver, and that's knowing your limits and limitations and when to say, "I'm pulling my brakes." Not happening. Just because JoJo over here went flying up 81 in a snowstorm doing 70 miles an hour and didn't lose traction and didn't hit the guardrail, don't mean that you won't. So that's the biggest tip that I can give you on that end is to stay in your lane because you'll hear that a lot. I mean, a lot. People will be trying to tell you, oh, you can do this, you can do that. Yeah, but again, just because they can do it don't mean you can do it. Time. Gotta get some miles under your belt. You gotta get the feel for the truck. You gotta get the feel for how the trailer and everything operates. It all takes time. That's why a lot of companies don't hire until you have time because you gotta learn it. So that is the biggest advice that I can give you is take your time. And don't be afraid to talk to folks. Don't be afraid to ask for help or advice. That's also how you're going to learn some do's and don'ts. There might be, everybody's a little different, but You can take those with a grain of salt. You can use them as reference points. But you get in, you put your time in. There is money to be made. You just patience is the game. Patience is key. All right. So we're gonna be dropping some more knowledge, more tips, more times, going over this clock. We'll explain some of that stuff like we did in the previous videos before. But meanwhile, if you guys got something that you want to see, hear, questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn that bell on. It's your boy 301 Trucker.